really got myself over when I was doing the radio show by talking about Floyd Mayweather. I really used to make a lot of people pissed off. I would talk about Floyd. I would talk about Floyd Mayweather. No, I would come on the show every week when a boxing match would come on, and I would talk about, and I would have people on the show, boxers or boxing trainers and stuff like that, and I would get in debates with them. Matter of fact, one of Mayweather's cousins called the radio show one day. I got into it with him, but a lot of it was sticks because I'm Stevie Ray. But a lot of it was real because I'm a huge boxing fan. Been one since I was a little bitty boy. So when I talked about Floyd Mayweather, I wasn't talking about him like I just like a Skip Bayless, just bringing up shit because you just don't like the guy. I'm bringing up real stuff because I am a boxing fan.
You understand?
I'm a boxing fan, and I'm not wooed by what they're doing to my mind because I can see it. So people say, well, you know, he made this much money. I said, well, brother, if you want to talk about financial things, you need to go to CNBC or whatever they're, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I hate when they say, exactly.
Because Floyd
I hate when people always run to that argument.
Right.
They say, oh, well, look how much money he got, you know.
Right. I said, Floyd Mayweather's money ain't got nothing to do with me because it'll never go back in my pocket or my community's pocket. So why would I want to sit there and talk about that? I said, I'm a fan, and I want to see competition. Let's talk about that. I said, if you look at every single guy, at Floyd Mayweather, and this is what I used to tell people. I said, I got nothing against how good the man is, but you got to realize, guys in another era, they had to fight guys with similar skills.
Exactly.
A Sugar Ray Leonard had to fight a Tommy Hearns, or Muhammad Ali had to fight a Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Forget about, you know, Marvin Hagler and Sugar, you know.
Right. Marvin Hagler. Oh, I was just mentioning two at a time. Then I would come back and throw another guy on top of that layer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Evander Holyfield had to fight a Lennox Lewis, a Riddick Bowe, or Mike Tyson.
Right.
I say, if you look at the American Indian, the Cherokee, if he's hunting another Cherokee, he knows what that Cherokee is going to do. You know why? We're the same.
Right.
Afghan, when you go into Afghanistan, and they hire Afghans to track other Afghans. You know why? They're the same. I know his tendencies. I know what they will do. Right or wrong?
Right.
I say Floyd Mayweather is the only person in a generation that didn't have to fight the other African-American fighter.
And see, I rock with Floyd, but when you look at Floyd's bravado and bluster, Floyd is a very fundamental fighter.
I ain't even getting into that.
Right.
That really has nothing to do with anything. When you fight the flat-footed Hispanic fighter,
right.
In essence, you're fighting the same guy over and over and over again. And that style of fighting that you do will beat that class of fighting every day of the week.
That's true.
Yeah, I think I also say, too.
Oh,
go ahead.
Huh? You will have to come out of your... You don't even have to come out of your comfort zone because you know it's so good. And I say, the thing is, when Floyd Mayweather became to the top and the height of his popularity, there were no more African-American fighters around to fight at that level.
That's true.
And if they were, they wasn't getting a push. Like the wrestling business, you wasn't getting a push. So in essence, what they do is build up a guy like the Vic Ortiz, who's really a nobody, or Robert Guerrero, nobody. You know, even Canelo Alvarez, he was somebody that was not as good as people thought he was. He was just bigger.
Yeah,
he wasn't better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or Marcos Maidana, who you fought twice, that nobody knew. That David Alexander beat, that Amir Khan beat, but you fought him.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, all these guys are built up from a 24/7 show to make people believe this guy can beat you. It's pro wrestling 101.
Yeah.
Look, Mayweather ain't going to fight.
Now, if we really want to talk about real competition, I didn't see him getting in the ring with Paul Williams before Paul Williams had his accident. Right?
Yeah, I was about to mention Paul Williams. Paul Williams was nasty.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see him getting in the ring with him. I didn't see him getting in the ring with
Gennady.
Some of the other guys because they say, he ain't beat nobody, but wait a minute. Marcus Madonna, I just said, lost to Amir Khan and Devin Alexander. But they knew the Hispanic dollar would always follow the money.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm not talking about how good somebody is. I'm not talking about how rich somebody is. What I'm talking about is, there you go. So
and the Mexicans have a big contingent. A very big contingent.
I will always avoid risk for high reward.
Exactly.
Because it's a mind thing. They made people believe this guy has a chance. And that's why the fight's over, and that's why you don't even remember him.
That's true.
That's why. You look on HBO on Showtime 24/7. Hey, you thinking, this dude gonna beat Floyd, or this dude, he gonna knock Floyd out. Then you go check the fight. This dude's a bum.
This guy's a bum. Robert Guerrero ain't won a fight since he fought Floyd Mayweather. Marcus Madonna, he retired after the fight. Andre Berto, how many people beat this man up? So many people beat this man up, he had to go back to Haiti. I mean, really?
And look, by the time Pacquiao was already in the end when Mayweather fought him.
Say what now?
Yeah, the thing Berto had a chance. It was like Floyd's last fight.
But you remember, even in the Pacquiao fight, the man had a fucking labrum and they wouldn't even let him get a shot.
That's true.
That was true.
Pacquiao got knocked out.
I know the media tried to make it seem like it was, but if you look at the fight, goddamn, wasn't no punches even thrown because Floyd held the man the whole fight.
Yeah, I mean, when Juan Manuel Marquez knocked out Pacquiao, that was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, but in that 4 or 5 rounds, what did you see in that 4 or 5 rounds? You seen two people trying to knock each other's heads off.
Yeah.
Okay, you got me.
But that's how the
I'm not afraid to fight a motherfucker as good. Go ahead.
That's how the Spanish boxers really be fighting, though. Like always mentioned, like with the Mexican boxers, it would be the first round. It was like 500 thrown, 450 landed.
Right, and that's why you will always remember the fight with those guys. Like you just brought up Pacquiao getting knocked out. You remember that fight because it was a short fight, but both of them got knocked down. But if you are a fan to boxing, I want to see a top guy against another top guy. I ain't even have to fight you, but I know I can beat you, and I can't get it out of my butt. We got to fight
exactly.
Again. I admire that. If you see what I'm saying,
right?
I admire that. You don't know how many times when I was a kid. And, I'm thinking, I'm about to get into it with somebody at school, and I'm like, I know I can beat this punk, and I can't go to sleep that night.
Right.
I know I can beat that punk. You know what I'm saying? And just cause some of my friends that said they thought he could, he might be as tough as you. Whether it's on the basketball court, whether it's running, who's the fat, you know what I'm saying? That's the competition spirit within you. And it ain't nothing wrong with it. I want to do it because that fire in you, you ain't going to be satisfied until you test yourself against that guy.
It's a competitor. You got to know who you can measure yourself by.
And that's the difference between people that do stuff like that for a living and people. So how easy is it for me to choose a nobody and then just want to make money? So in essence, you're taking the spirit out of competition. Exactly. And a lot of people never got that because you're so enamored on how much money somebody gets made that you done lost focus of what true competition is all about.
And see, guys like Gennady, Floyd don't want no parts of Gennady. He don't want no parts of him. Gennady will go right at him. Triple G, Gennady.
I take it back. Gennady Golovkin is one thing. 2 years removed from Canelo, he wouldn't have did that fight again. You know why? Because Canelo within 2 years, got so much better.
Yep.
He got so much better.
That's true.
He wouldn't even did that. Seriously. Because you know why? I'm going to have to fight the guy this time.
Exactly.
Floyd would not, once he got to his height, he would not fight a guy that proposed a threat to him.
Exactly.
Not one single solitary guy. And I'm going to tell you something. When he fought Canelo the first time, the only reason he took that fight is Canelo Alvarez had fought Austin Trout. Do you remember that? He fought Austin Trout. And everybody saw right there Canelo is not as good as everybody think he is.